Yo, hey man, what's good? I'm in the middle of cooking some food and all that. So, part of I don't know who's here, who's not. Okay, we only got one person here so far. That's fine. That's great. Don't worry about it. Yo, listen, I'm just get right into it. I'm multitasking, so don't mind me. Full disclaimer: this video is for entertainment purposes only. Any and everything you see on this channel is merely speculation. Viewer discretion is advised. Please do your own homework and research for proper discernment. Anyone and everyone who has ever sown a seed with me will be returned 100 The Most High using you as a divine vessel to divine support yours truly. Because all about divine support, I just want to say, great gratitude and thanks. Peace and prosperity to you and yours. It never goes unnoticed. Really does help the channel, the foundation of my well-being. If you'd like to send, links are in the description or the about tab on the channel. You are not obligated. So if you do so, it's highly, I'm highly grateful. Show my grace, gratitude, and thanks. If you've been here from the beginning, I send you divine abundance, balance, harmony, love, prosperity, strength, unity, including authenticity. You know what's up. If you're new to the channel, like, comment, share, subscribe. Enjoy the show. Enjoy the vibe. Yeah. Yo, we picking up. We picking up on what we was watching in the previous rotation. So let's get it. I ain't gonna do too much wasting time holding you up. I'm multitasking, as I said, whoever that is in the background. So yeah, shout out to the not even shout out, but greetings to the people in the shadows and all the people who like to watch and do the weird stuff in the background. I'll send the monitoring spirits back to where they came from because they're not allowed in my energy. So goodbye. You know what I'm saying? Hook high. Back, and goodbye. You know what I'm saying? Anyhow, let's get it. Let's get it. Come on, bro. You can do better, man. Like, what's up, bro? There we go. There we go. I'll be right back, but I'm gonna start it. Yeah, we good. It's playing.
Peace to the gods and goddesses. Yeah, we went over an hour already. Peace to the gods and goddesses. Or once you go to an hour on Instagram, they cut the live. That's just how it is, unfortunately. Yeah. Once we go over an hour, it does that. Unfortunately, I do apologize. Yeah, peace, God. I cut you.
All good,
I
all good.
went over an hour. That hour went by quick.
It did. Real quick.
That's why I said time is speeding up, man.
But yeah, I think about like the timeline where they created a synthetic Merkaba, and I believe that's what's in the Bermuda Triangle. I think that's what's still active in the Bermuda Triangle, that's sucking things up and like pushing things into different dimensions and portals. You know what I mean?
Well, I think it's a real portal in the Bermuda Triangle. I think it's a real portal because they found pyramids down there.
Mm-hmm.
They found like crystal pyramids. Now, again, when you talk about a synthetic Merkaba, if it has the ability of transporting you, then how synthetic can it really be if it's working? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but CERN has come up with a whole bunch of stuff that really is it's mimicking what nature or what we can really do with ourselves.
Yeah, they trying to ascertain a God particle.
Exactly.
Yeah, they
exactly
trying to smash particles together, the protons, neutrons, and electrons together at such a speed to duplicate what they call the God particle, basically, by smashing all these electrons and stuff together.
Yeah, what do they call it? A particle kaleidoscope or some shit like that? Hydrogen collider.
The Large
yep.
Hadron Collider.
Yep.
The Large Hadron Collider. You know, and but there's a lot of portals and stuff that's opening up naturally around the planet, just with rainbows and stuff like that.
Oh my God!
I seen a
mind blowing.
A goddess on TikTok open a portal literally right in her room with cymatic frequency.
I saw that.
Portals are, see, this is the thing. We have to get back to realizing, and this is another thing. There's a conspiracy that take us away from our 144,000 extraterrestrial genes that we have. Once we tap into our ancient knowledge, we're going to remember how to build stargates, portals that go, ships that go faster than light speed. We will have the ability of creating these things.
I believe it.
We've been dumbed down substantially because of the ones that subjugate this planet. They don't want us coming into this knowledge because they won't be able to subjugate us and run amok like they've been doing in Islam. Once we learn what element 115 is, and I mean, again, I'm talking about opening wormholes. Like when Anunnaki converted Vladimir Putin, he said they couldn't even stop him. They would literally open up portals and go from one area to the next. And those are
Yeah.
our ancestors. We really are literally descendants of these beings. We have the same extraterrestrial connections as far as our genes.
And
we just
even more because Enki put a little extra in humans.
Yeah. So it's more.
So
and this is what they've been blocking us off from. They've been keeping us from really but now it's to the point where it's going to be a point where they can't stop it.
They can't.
You know what I'm saying?
No, we're already past that point. They can't stop us at this point. The only thing that's slowing down this process is us. And again, as long as we keep doing this, it's going to continue to jump further and further. I'm sure. And like, this is something that like I talked to Joan about the other day. That's why, it would have been awesome to have you there. But we were talking about how like, all right, we are scattered all over the planet, right? People like you and me, people like that are watching this on this live or whatever the case is, right? We're scattered all over the planet, but we're also laying the new grid line and the new grid system of the light energy frequencies on this planet.
Yes,
right?
indeed.
So as we build more and more, as we continue to build with one another, as we continue to tap into ourselves and activate those 12 DNA strands and activate our light bodies, activate our Merkabas, we literally are like, how do I say, holding and pushing the frequency up. So then all of this knowledge can flow in through the Akashic records, and then our galactic family can come down, help us remember and be aware more so. And literally, it's already in process. So at this point in time, the governments and everybody else, they can't do shit, right? Even if they quote unquote stopped us, they couldn't stop us because now we know that we are immortal. We're immortal beings. And and we can shift our energy, even if they took out like our vessel, our energy still exists and we can still tap into it. We can still affect the frequencies. Period. You know what I mean? It's done. It's done for them. Period. You know? And like the more that we understand that, the more that we come into that, and the more that we like hold true to our divinity and our faith and all that we have within us and be the outward expression of that, then it's a wrap, and it's going to happen very quickly.
Yes, it is. It's happening now. As we speak, it's happening, and it's already taking place in the astral plane as well. The concept of time is an illusion. Past, present, and future is all happening simultaneously. I made several videos of where I made mention of the gods, or those that are like us, actually fighting with the military. I have seen visions like that. You know how you said we're going to be telepathically in sync? We knew everything that they were doing. I'm talking about where all their locations were. We were going underground. We were in subterranean bases. We were still like all of their stuff was on fire. We was destroying their cloning facilities. We were freeing children out of 18-wheelers and out of trailers and stuff. We were doing this stuff. I'm serious. And I really did communicate with a woman, a goddess. She was a giant, a master.
That story was crazy.
She said they will pay for what they have done to my baby.
Yeah.
She was pissed. Yeah. She was livid. And another one now, she communicated telepathically, but another one, it was another one with her that she actually spoke. And this one, she was like, she was mad too, but you could tell the other one was just on another level. Like the other one, it was telepathic. She was like, she seemed more mature, like, but I don't know if that's the correct word. The other one was using profanity. She seemed like more like an ancestor of some sort, like almost like that older auntie you would hear using profanity. Cursing and talking and stuff like that. But she was mad. She was like, we're gonna get they will pay what they did. We're gonna get their ass. She was talking like that. She had red beads on. She had a big afro. And she had the big mama energy, the personification of like a big grandmother or an auntie or something like that. That's how she felt.
For sure.
And I really feel this is, I mean, when we talk about divine feminine energy, they don't understand. This was a motherly energy. This is a motherly energy that's mad and pissed off of what they did to us. They look at us literally as their babies. So now when we talk about now, all right, so now think about it like this. We're gonna talk about the Anunnaki for a minute. We're gonna touch on Inanna or Isis. Isis was the
Okay.
personification of the mother of Adam, basically. She conceived Adam.
Hence the
Now
egg
when they
over her head.
yeah, well
Right.
she's the one because when they had the program with the eugenics program with the Adam and Eve, one of the things they realized is that they needed an Anunnaki woman in order to conceive the child. So when when Isis first had the Adam, they said he had reddish skin. Adam's skin was said to be red, almost like the of clay, red like clay. Now, what people don't talk about is there were 7 other Anunnaki women that also wanted to have Adamus. So Isis went back. And she talked to. She had. I mean, look at. Think about scientific women. Think about picture like T'Challa's sister. You remember her?
Yeah.
She was a scientist. Picture other women like what's her name? Shuri. Yeah, Shuri. Picture other women like genetic scientists. This very militant women too. They know combat. They fly in the ships. They know everything about genetics. Picture all of them agreeing to the program. They all had the babies too. So they really felt love and compassion for us. They really loved us. They really wanted to. Now all the Anunnaki wasn't malnourished. There was a section of malnourished ones. Ariska girl was one of the malnourished ones. Okay, Ariska girl was Inanna's sister. She was one of the ones associated with the Dark Brotherhood when during the times of Atlantis. All right, so during the times of Atlantis, Enki, aka Poseidon, flooded Atlantis due to the fact that he didn't want his archives or I mean, we talking about they had quantum rejuvenation chambers and everything. They were way ahead of us technologically than what we are ahead of us now. Way ahead. Tataria too. We got reset multiple times. All right, this cell phones and shit is way lower technology than what we had. We had holographic drinks where a hologram will pop up right here and you'll be able to spin the shape and everything.
Bro, anytime I see the Tartarian civilization, I'm like, that was only a couple hundred years ago. And they were so much more advanced than us.
And they
so much more
down. They use different frequencies to attack us. They use different chemicals and different everything they put in the food and everything is to dumb us down. Literally.
Hold on, what just happened?
It's crazy. Like,
yo, what's good, y'all? I'm over here multitasking, making food, doing the most. That's why I'm full screen. But I am here. Thank you for coming through. Thank you. What's good, Kennedy? What's up, DJ? How you doing? I hope all is well. I'll be right back. As I'm eating my food, but I'm here.
All right, so now with all that being said, these Anunnaki women looked at us as their babies or their creation. So when I seen this goddess, and she said they will pay for what they have done to my babies, I believed it. She was really, I believe it. I wholeheartedly believe it. And I feel the energy from her. And people think about fluoride. They don't realize it's not just the pineal gland. It affects us on so many levels.
Yeah.
I mean, we only see 0.0.0.35.
That's crazy.
That's
crazy. Yeah.
That means that's why when you take shrooms, you start seeing like, whoa. You can see everything.
Yep. And it's all there all the time. And like even when you're not, like me personally, like I'm not on shrooms right now, and I can see like blue lights and like little different isn't that crazy, right?
Lately I haven't just been seeing shadow apparitions. I've been seeing whole images of my peripheral, a whole as entity, a being, and full color, not a shadow. But then by the time I turn around, it's gone.
I had that happen 2 days ago. For the first time, that happened to me 2 days ago. So yeah, literally, I turned my whole head. And I was like, wait, I know someone was there.
Now I get to the point where I observe it from my peripheral. I just sit there and watch it. And I'll watch it and I'll see it. I'll be like, wow, that's really an entity there. And then by the time I turn, I can't see it. Because when we see that angle, it's that little angle of light where we can catch it.
Yeah. It's like the double slit experiment.
Yeah. We can see it right there. It's beings always around us on a consistent basis. We just can't see them.
Yeah.
This is why when you're laying down, one time I was laying down. This is crazy. Okay. Now, mind you, my daughter 10 years old, right? But she the baby. She my baby. So I don't got a baby that's young enough to cry, right? Like a baby, right? So, but for some reason, I felt like I did. And I'm going to tell you, all right, so I'm laying down. And as I'm laying down, I'm sitting there, and my third eye opens. Where I'm laying down, my eyes are completely closed, but I can clearly see everything in my whole room.
Okay.
I mean, and clear, not
Nice.
black, not hazy, full, clear, 4K, clear quality. I'm like
Nice.
seeing. And I'm
Yes, sir.
looking in the house, and then I'm seeing, I'm like, wow, I'm at the point where I'm about to astral project. And then right when I'm there a little bit, I hear crying. And I'm like, damn, I wonder if that's my daughter crying. I get up thinking, and then I go out there and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't realize that she's not that young. I heard a cry of
Mm,
a baby that was younger than mine because I was tapping into another dimension where a baby that young actually did live in that house.
wow.
So I was
Wow.
seeing through another dimension. Like even in the house we in now, it's other people probably walking around all in our area and everything that exists in other realities that we just on top of our reality we can't see.
For sure. For sure.
Sometimes we see them as a shadow apparition if they're a fourth dimensional being because they shadow would cast the third dimensional image. So we would
Yeah,
see it as a shadow
the
being.
right in between. The right in between 3 and 5. Yep.
Yeah,
So we
we'd be
see it
like,
as a shadow being. Yeah.
but we are right there.
Yeah.
We are right there. We are to the point where we're seeing things out the corner of our eye. Literally the other day when I was in actually before I moved to this apartment, I was in another apartment and literally I'm in my room and literally I see a shadow apparition literally clearly walk past me. I'm like, yo. It wasn't like a quick one. It was like
It's like
I
a
could fully see him just like this.
really.
Like he just, it's like it was his place too. Like he just walked
Like
in
you were
and
just
I'm like,
chilling,
what the?
like you were the guest.
After that, I made a video about it. I was like, yo, it made me get up and make a video about
Wow.
it. And I was like, wow. But I wasn't scared because it's like once you start to utilize shrooms and stuff like that, and you really see things, it desensitizes you to certain things. Where now I
And
can see
I'll
certain things and won't scare me no more.
I'll even say this, man. Like once you start waking up to even slivers and pieces of your divinity, you're not scared of shit. You're not scared of nothing. Period. There's no shadow apparition. There's no like, being or anything because again, we're starting to realize how powerful we really are. And that's the truth, man. Like and I think like once we come fully online, like you said before, like we're literally like superheroes like Marvel or something, right?
Facts.
Um, I think we're more than that, bro. I think like we're like
Way better. We way stronger than them actually.
we're like way stronger than your typical Marvel superhero,
We
right?
can't even fathom the actual
You
ability we have.
can't.
I only can use Marvel because our brain can wrap around what we know that,
Mm-hmm.
but it's hard to really explain the unexplainable.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to explain. I only use the Marvel and DC because I can explain it to the people watching this video with that, but it's hard to explain. It's some things that I've seen that I can't even explain.
For
And
sure.
I don't have the knowledge
It be
to
like that
put
for
words
real.
together to explain what I've seen.
This is
because,
literally why my brand is called Ineffable Truths, right?
Mhm.
Because ineffable means too great to be described into words.
Okay.
And that's literally what this whole process is. This is 100% ineffable. So yeah, I agree with you 100%.
Is some things I see, and I hear people asking about shrooms and stuff. For anybody interested in magic mushrooms or some type of psychedelic experience, message me on Calvin Strange Tripping. I'll connect you to the plant medicine lady, whether it's iboga, whether it's LSD. LSD been demonized. I personally love
man.
LSD.
It's phenomenal.
LSD is
phenomenal.
lysergic acid. It is from plants. From people that don't know, it's not something that's man-made. It is derived from plants. And a gentleman named Robert Hoffman created LSD. And when he created LSD, he discovered that it connects the left and the right hemisphere of the brain together. All right. Now, there was a shaman, an African shaman by the name of Kalindi. Kalindi, rest in peace to him. Very powerful shaman that actually talked and taught about large doses of shrooms. I'm talking about 20 grams or better doses. Heavy. I never went that high before. The most I ever did was 10. And this is when I did the 10.
I've done like 9.
9 is no joke.
Yeah.
I did 10 with
Yeah.
LSD, 10 with 200 UG of LSD. This is when I seen the winged entities that told me that love is the highest frequency and that there's going to be a great war between good and evil.
Okay.
And then literally after that trip, they came back to me in my dream and said, remember what we told you. They had wings though, and they said there's going to be a great war between good and evil. And they said the only thing that will matter is love.
Yep.
And
Yep.
they told me that the only reason why love will matter is because the beings that hijack this matrix, their whole objective is loose or low frequency vibrations. So in order to basically defeat them, we need to operate out of a certain love frequency because it becomes overwhelming to them.
They can't handle it.
They just
they're
have to leave the
literally
planet.
so
You don't even have to fight them at that point.
no,
They just leave
no.
willingly because the love is too
That
overwhelming.
that's why if a solar flare, if a big enough solar flare happens, and we do have a Carrington event, and it brings in that high of a frequency, those people who are stuck in their ways, they will literally die off because their body won't be able to handle it. The cells in which that they operate and oscillate would not be able to handle the energy of love and peace and joy at that frequency, at that rate, literally.
That's
And this
true.
is why as you vibrate higher, guys, people that vibrate at a lower frequency will distance themselves away from you almost like immediately, right? You don't have to do the
I'm experiencing that right now, but let's keep going.
work to try to like get away from them. They will remove themselves because they'll start seeing things in you that they haven't been able to discover in themselves. And because
Mhm.
that they're tapped into the ego, they won't want to be around you. So
That's a
yeah,
fact.
yeah,
That's a big fact.
yeah.
That's a big fact. And this is why it's very important to make sure that you're raising your frequencies, and love is, again, the most important. And I stress this because it's not about race. It's not about color. It's not about none of that. One of the things that we have to realize is that we wasn't these colors in ancient times.
Yep. We're
The reason why we're
oxygen.
black, coppers, and these brown color tones is because of iron in our blood, when really it was magnesium. It used to be magnesium, and the iron got replaced.
Yep.
The magnesium got replaced with iron, and then so basically our metallics are rusted currently. All right.
And also remember this, guys, like, and this is so true because you brought it up too in multiple different ways. Every being on this planet has a choice. Every single one. Just like you said, there was like malevolent Anunnaki and peaceful Anunnaki, malevolent reptilians, peaceful reptilians, malevolent humans, peaceful humans. There's a choice for all of it, all the way across the board. So again, every choice and every way that we operate changes the level and the frequency in which that we're resonating at, right? we
Mm-hmm.
were we were raised in a world that focused on the lower three chakras, right? So the frequencies of fear, courage, apathy, all these lower chakras that only oscillated from like 20 hertz up to like 110 hertz or so, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about this in the past. Once you get into the heart chakra space, once you get into that green energy of about 200 to 250 hertz, you're now going into willingness and compassion and peace and joy and love and enlightenment, which is all the way up here, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
authenticity. So again, color has nothing to do with it. Whether or not they're human or non-human has nothing to do with it. Whether they're, plants, animals has nothing to do with it. It's all about the frequency in which you operate and oscillate at. And that's what is going to be in this new world, period.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And I was told this by extraterrestrial beings. Like, people think I'm crazy when I say this.
No, not at all,
When I
bro.
say I seen the Great War, and I say I seen black extraterrestrials on the ship, I seen the trees join the fight. I seen
Yeah.
the great dragon that actually spoke. Literally, a dragon spoke to me, and I believe it was at this point. I still believe it was Yaldabaoth. Now that after further observation, because what the dragon basically said to me is that it goes.
Wow, that live froze a little bit.
Oh, you're good.
Okay. Okay.
No, you're good.
Yeah, but what I was saying is that
You said the dragon said to you.
the dragon basically was saying to me that it was God. It said it went by many names, and it said Jehovah. It said Allah. It said names that I didn't even know. It said so many names that I haven't even researched or even didn't even know. I'm like, wow. And it was gold. This dragon was gold. Then I start diving down a rabbit hole. I start studying the concept of the story of Sophia, and I
Okay.
realized that Sophia was a primordial divine feminine matriarch energy who basically created everything in existence, who created the cosmos, created everything. And Yaldabaoth, this entity. Now, Sophia, according to the Gnostic text, because this comes from Gnosticism,
Okay.
she existed in a higher dimensional plane. The material world wasn't created yet as far as this physical density. Now, Yaldabaoth is the personification of what we call the demiurge, right? So what the story says, Yaldabaoth broke free from the primordial waters. He wanted to create life itself. So the first thing that Yaldabaoth created was what we know as the archons. All right.
Okay.
Now, these archonic entities are vampiric in nature. All right. So the archons had to live off some force. So then he created us solely as entities for these archonic forces to feed off or thrive off. That's how the story goes as far as the Gnostic texts and what they teach. But I did see this dragon-like entity. Now, the crazy part about the trip is he didn't seem menacing to me.
Mm-hmm.
He was just kicking it. He didn't seem scary to me. He didn't seem like he didn't seem like he had any ulterior motives. He didn't say he was God. He said, this is who people call me God. They refer to me as this. I am called this.
You.
And he said this, but he wasn't trying to, he didn't seem scary or nothing to me. He didn't seem like a bad entity to me, right? So I don't know. A lot of things we are taught, I don't know the full spectrum of it, but this entity, I did see a gold dragon entity. And now another thing that I found interesting about that trip experience is that when I studied Yahweh after that, 7 different depictions of the Bible depict Yahweh as a dragon.
Really?
Yeah. Nostrils, fire breathing, all of that in the Bible, right in the Bible, flying around, setting ablaze to the land and the terrain. And then in certain transcendental states of consciousness, I kept seeing these dragon entities. Now, one of the things after finding out and researching the dragons is they actually help balance chaos and order. They're elementals as well. You have fire dragons, ice dragons, wind dragons, water dragons.
Now, I had a connection with the Galactics once, and they told me a story of dragons, and they likened us to being dragons as well, because we speak light. We speak the light that will cleanse the earth. Right? So that's the only thing that I knew of when it came to like dragons. Like this is all new information that you're telling me now. But like I said, when I had a connection with the Galactics once, they showed me how our words were like changing the very essence of this planet by speaking the light out into the field.
Wow. Now, real quick, now while we talk about dragons, there's a lot of discussions about California when we mention in the fires and things of that nature. All right, and this is a good segue point because we know dragons are fire breathing. There was a video where I seen an entity. I'm not sure what it was. I'm not sure if it was a ship, but I seen something flying out of the fire or the smoke. Now,
for sure,
if you ask me, I personally believe it's deceptive laser technology. The same deceptive laser technology that was utilized in Hawaii. When they made mention of utilizing blue. You familiar with the Hank Blue? Are you familiar with the science of Hank Blue?
I'm familiar with the ray and the technology that they shoot down from the what is it? The space station or whatever the case is, whatever they got going on up there. Yeah, go ahead.
So now with Hank Blue, there's
yes,
if you use
direct energy
blue,
weapon. Yeah,
it won't work on Hank Blue.
Okay.
The laser doesn't work on blue for some reason. This is an old Haitian ritual where they used to use Hank Blue to get rid of the buwags.
Okay.
They would believe blue. They wouldn't know if they was going to the air or the water. So something about blue actually got rid of ghosts or malevolent spirit forces. They would paint their windowsills with Hank Blue. They would paint their doors with Hank Blue. They would hang, and this is where the concept of the evil eye being blue come from, right?
Okay.
It's the concept of blue being a protection or defense mechanism against malevolent deceptive technology. So
really,
I'm gonna be honest, like blue tarps, painting your roof blue may be something that people may want to do. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how they doing a lot of it. They use laser, and if your roof is blue or if you have Hank Blue, the laser won't affect it. It's crazy, right? But it's something with blue that protects you.
You know, it's interesting because, you know, when I think about all that's been going on in California, there's a few things that really come to mind. Like one, I saw a video where someone was like showing the date and the time that they were at, and they were not experiencing the fires like everybody else was, as if they were in a completely different timeline. That was one. Two, you know, obviously there's some form of foul play going on, right? With like the fire insurance being canceled and like all this stuff right before this happens, 3 months before. And we know that during the Hawaii fires, there's a big land grab after that, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Which really kind of like, whatever, like kind of, put the conspiracies out there and everything else. I'll tell you this, and I talked to Joan about this other day. It's like the old prophecies are still in motion, right?
uh,
And like the old prophecies that like the all those that like controlled us, like the not the Moors, the Masons and Skull and Bones and everything else, who literally were kind of puppet mastering the third dimension for so long,
hmm
prophesized, and they created it so that at this time in 2025 we would be fire and brimstone and famine and all this other stuff, right? So we have decided that that's not going to happen anymore, right?
right,
We
right.
have decided that we're going to come together. That's why the timeline has shifted so much up until this point. But
Yeah.
there's still those who are operating within the old timeline,
hmm
if you will. So these things are still happening around us and still happening like as far as the timeline that they're creating. Again, we don't really realize how powerful we really are, but at the same time we're creating a completely different type of timeline where maybe the burning had to happen and a purging, because as you know, like la is the root chakra of the planet,
hmm
right? And just like when we go through a kundalini awakening, I don't know if you've had one of yours yet, but when I
hmm
had mine, as soon
hmm
as I got to like my sacral chakra, there was a blockage there, and then I had to burp it out and then restart again to come to
Because the
like my
fire,
full.
it's a serpentine fire.
Yes. So what I'm saying is like that purging, Gaia still has to go through her Kundalini awakening. She's going through her purging of these energies so she can get to a point where she can fully ascend to her light body, right?
hmm
Because we're ascending with Gaia at this point in time. It's not just our ascension. If it wasn't
Oh,
for Gaia,
financially.
if it wasn't for Gaia ascending, we wouldn't be ascending with her, period,
Yeah. We
right?
have a harmonious connection with the planet.
100%. So that's something that like I got to take into account whenever I'm thinking about what's going on in California and whatever's going to happen in the other chakra systems, if you will, with the planet as she goes through her awakening process. Because again, it's time, you know.
Well, that's why there's so many talks about California being flooded and everything. I talked about the CIA archives where it was a story about the story of Garden Adam and Eve, where it made mention of the CIA archives basically highlight that California will be engulfed in water, and this isn't to scare anyone or anything like that. But you make mention of the root chakra being the earth. Everything that transpired probably is going to take place there first, and then it's going to be a trickle effect all over the planet. And it's
Hmm.
also is predicated to the activation of Sirius and Nibiru coming into play, Yao and Wei, Red Kachina, Blue Kachina.
Hmm.
Red Kachina being obviously Nibiru, and then we know that the root chakra is the personification of what color? Red. So all of that is all tied in together as well. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Wesley, we living in great times, really. And the most important thing that everybody needs to do is realize that no matter what is going to happen in regards to Cali, the CIA archives, any predictions that they say, focus on the utopia and focus exactly on what you want, and you will have the ability of vibrating to that particular paradigm based
That's
on your
it.
thought process.
That's it. 100%.
So
Because
don't focus on when I say these things. It isn't to scare. It isn't to scare anyone. When I make mention of these things, it's to bring you awareness that these things, these changes are taking place.
yep,
So continue to ground, eat healthy, fast, do all the necessary things to make sure that your body isn't. Again, just since I've been utilizing chlorophyll, I've been noticing my thoughts is clearer just from detoxing.
yep,
Just from detoxing the body, I've been noticing less urges to eat the genetically modified food or the processed food.
yep.
You know what I mean? Just by detoxing the body alone, you think better. A lot of the disgruntled energy or cortisol that was being high is all bad. Most of the energy that individuals have and the way they feel is predicated. Now you're moving, I can see you.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, it's all predicated on the food we eat and how we take care of ourselves, because everything is about activation of our cosmic light body. So this is why I talk so much about taking care of ourselves, making sure that we're exercising. And it may be a struggle to get down and do 20 push-ups. Sometimes you may have to force yourself to do
Yep.
it. You know what I'm saying? Even me. But it's motivation. It's the point where you're not doing it to look good. You're doing it to really strengthen yourself, to pull yourself out of the rut and to really get yourself that energy needed. You may have to
Yep.
protect yourself. You may have to protect your family or yourself.
Yeah.
You may have to, and this is serious because it's really going to be a situation where we really, and this isn't to scare anyone, but you never know what can happen. So gods and goddesses, make sure that you're in shape. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself. You're eating right. You're training. You're exercising. That you can even take care of yourself. That you can touch your toes.
Yep.
I'll talk about stretching.
And
Being able to
make
touch your
sure
toes. A lot of people can't bend down and touch their toes. It's the same.
make sure mind, body, spirit, right? The Holy Trinity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you love yourself unconditionally, guys, right? Do not beat yourself up because of you not holding up to some sort of standard, whether it's a standard within yourself, a standard to society, a standard to your family. Like, bump all that and make sure that you love yourself unconditionally. If you love yourself unconditionally, you become the outward expression of unconditional love.
I sure.
And then at that point, then you're just spewing out light and peace and joy everywhere that you go. And you know, you literally become like divinely protected because now you're operating in that lower God body, if you will, when you're operating through that frequency. Okay. So
That's a
like
fact.
and that's gonna motivate you to do the other things because once you realize that like you can really live a joyous and abundant life on a consistent basis, you're going to say, oh, how else can I upgrade myself? Okay, let me start doing push-ups. Let me go out for a walk. Let me paint. Let me drink water. Let me not have to kill animals to eat food. And let me go ahead and, you know, take in plants that are still living that can recharge my body and then I theirs. You know what I mean? Like all of your thought concepts change very quickly at that point. And meditate, you know, sit down somewhere, put your phone down and meditate. Like these things are like, you know, and you know what you're saying, Cal, is true. Like, you know, you're not saying anything to try to scare us. You're just putting the information out there so we know and understand it, so we know what we're dealing with. But again, if we come into and activate our light bodies, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
We are the most
that's a fact.
powerful beings on this planet, period, and possibly in the galaxy. We have no idea how powerful we are. We really don't.
And that's the thing. We've been brainwashed into not knowing the ability and power we have. That's the concept in the guise of religion, is to make individuals look outside themselves,
Yep.
to actually really figure out who they really are.
Yep.
You know, as opposed to, and also to divide the law of one, the fact of Christ consciousness or the unity consciousness. You know, the fact that we are all reflections or of one another in a sense. We really are. As far as you know, once individuals start to realize that, you're literally no different than an ant walking across the floor as far as consciousness.
100%.
You all derive from
100%.
source. You know what I'm saying? And once people realize that, they would have the ability of
Greetings,
tapping into
fam.
their
How you
higher
doing?
self.
Hope all is well.
Yep.
I'm over here eating. I just finished eating. I'm about to come on camera in a
Changing
second.
how we all vibrate at any point in time, you know, which is really phenomenal, man. And again, we're right around the corner. Just keep on doing what we're doing. Keep on making sure that we're spreading this message. Keep on making sure that we're operating within this message. Because guys, it's one thing to have the knowledge. It's another thing to apply the knowledge that you have.
I gotta say this real quick. I'm looking at this comment, and a lot of people don't understand the concept of the word human. And I think that a lot of this came from the teachings of, and I'm not to knock the brother Rashad Jamal. Like oftentimes people hear the word human and they think they're not human. Hue means color. Okay, so when you hear human, that actually meant a person of hue. Okay, a person that contained color. All right. So I keep hearing people say, "I'm not a human. I'm not a god. I'm a human. I'm a god." Human. The concept of human meant a person of color. Now, when they meant mankind, that was actually those referring to those that didn't have the nine ether. It was what the word mankind actually meant, kind of like a man, right? So when you hear the word mankind, I just want to correct right now. This guy said facts because humans don't have a soul. Also, we can't tell what has a soul or what doesn't have a soul based on physical body or whatever the case may be.
No, you gotta feel that frequency.
Yeah, a lot of individuals have the mindset of draconians. They have a racism or a prejudice mindset, and
I agree.
And it's primarily because of some of the teachings they were following. You know what I mean? Now later on, Rashad Jamal starts saying that he's not a racist, that he's high vibrational. But initially, in a lot of his earlier teachings, some of the things he was promoting was kind of opposed to people basically unifying with opposite colors, basically. And it was promoting like a superior thing where, and the reason I go against the superior mindset or feeling like you're better is because that's the same mindset of the draconians, feeling like they better because I'm better because I'm a draconian, I'll have this, or I'm 7 foot, 8 foot tall, I have wings, I have scales, you're a human, you're a mammalian, so I'm better than you because of this. And I'm a draconian, I can do this, I'm better. That's the same mindset that other individuals have based on their physical archetype. I'm better because I'm 9 ether, so I'm better than you. If you have that mindset, then you're basically not operating in the laws of Maya. Your heart is not light as a feather, right?
100%.
If your heart
So
not light as a feather, then that basically means you're lead. You're not gold. You're not activating out of your gold body.
we
You
need to
still have racism and
understand
prejudice in you.
one thing that we need to really like understand, and like we can like break it down into just like the sciences, right? Newtonian physics says that all things are comprised of matter, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then quantum physics says that all things that are matter are comprised of energy. Therefore, all things are energy, right? And if
Mm-hmm.
energy is the foundation of everything that we come from, when you go back and trace back energy to its main source, that is God, okay? Which means that God, source of all that is literally the source of all that is. That energy is omnipotent. It cannot be destroyed. It can only be transferred. It can only move from one space to another and operate in different ways. Okay? Like, period. Right? So that is something that the Anunnaki really got in trouble for, because they were parading around as if they were the source of all that is, and they knew damn well they weren't.
That's
Okay?
what it meant. That's what the Yahwehs and the Jehovians meant. They were basically.
They created the Ruby Order. They went against the Most High and created the Ruby Order as if they was the all creators, the all that there is. Keep going.
Posing themselves as gods.
Exactly.
Right? Posing themselves off as God. And they're the reason also for monotheistic religion. Akhenaten actually, Marduk was basically controlling Akhenaten and basically making him say, oh, you're to create monotheistic religion. No gods are to be revered over me, or etc., etc., etc. The thing is, a lot of what I'm trying to tell it, a lot of the gods and goddesses, they have superiority complexes. A lot of them want to be better than another race just because of their body and their archetype. But after that, then what? What are you doing? Are you astral projecting? Are you tapping into these higher realms? Because I'm reading the comments. And I'm not against. I love my 9 ether people, but I just want to make you realize it's more than just being 9 ether. You still have to tap into more of the sciences than just that. You know what I'm saying? Because I see,
sure.
I'm just looking at the comments and I'm reading them, and a lot of them just are content with just wanting to feel superior. But then after that, then they don't have no other desires to really ascertain more knowledge than that. They just they're happy with being 9 ether, feeling like they're superior, and then after that, then what? How, you know what I'm saying? Like
you have to realize that there's no boundaries to this, guys. Right? There is
I'm not
no
upset with truth. I'm just
no,
saying.
no,
I'm talking about this person in the comment.
I understand.
Just kind of derailing the energy, really, from what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? But the objective really is, how does that energy really change for ascension to Christ consciousness? Is what you're saying. How does it affect ascension to Christ consciousness?
Okay.
What you're saying in regards to it, how does it promote the masses in regards to us excelling? Now, a lot of the individuals, when they do that, it's because we've been degraded so much as far as the black race that they have to feel good because of epigenetic trauma. So because of that, they'll say, oh, we are a powerful race, and which is true. But now after that, what else can we do to upbuild besides that? Besides knowing all of that? You know what I'm saying? It's the truth.
Yeah, it's all about, again, it's all about realizing that we all are one. We all derive back to the source of all that is, and that's really all that matters, right? And anything and anyone and anybody who doesn't understand that will just be left behind, and that's none of our business.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's a fact.
That's one thing that we have to realize as well. Like, whatever people do and energies do with the opportunity of being able to operate here on this planet, that's their choice.
Since we got people watching, right? I'm gonna show you how real it is. Like, it's not, like I tell you guys all the time, it's not about color. It's not about race. It plays a part, I guess, if you want to say that, because only certain vessels can withstand certain genetics, but it's about frequency and genetics. Now I'm gonna show you the proof. Hold on, give me a second. Just give me 1 second, please. There's a few things I wanted to show you guys too, but we had a slow start, so we'll probably pick back up on all that stuff next rotation. Anyhow, let's see something because I want to show you something. Okay, look. We'll pick up on that next rotation, but I want to show y'all something. You see what this say right here? You see what this say right here, right? Super Wiggers. I'm crying. Super Wiggers loading in. Stop playing under the guidance of Super. Thank you. Y'all better quit underestimating folks. Anyhow, these are what? These are not people of color that are doing magnificent things. Now let's go. Let's just see, because people think it's all about race and this and that, and it's still divide and conquer tactics. Look at this. Out here really practicing and really putting in the work. That's why I tell you, put in the work. And if you're not doing that, at least clean your vessel and balance your energy. So when it's time to embrace and embody these things, our vessel is ready for it. But there's people training. Are you? Are we? I'm gonna be honest. I don't even train. I might try a little here and there, and I feel like I get results when I'm playing around. But when I'm dead seriously trying to try, it don't go my way. Let's keep going though. I'm trying to tell you, man, it's not about color. It's not about color, man. Anyhow, let's get back to it. I don't want to go off course. Like I said, we had a slow start, so we might pick back up next rotation. I'm not sure. I'm kind of really feeling the kickback vibes. Let's get it though. We almost did it.
Yeah.
Because this is still a free will planet. Until we're fully a fifth dimensional planet, which is like on the way, but we're not there yet, there's still duality here. Okay. Once we're fully 5D, there's no more duality, and now we're resonating on a higher frequency, and now none of that shit would even be allowed here. It just won't exist anymore. We're gonna look back at these times and be like, damn, I can't believe we lived in a time where life was like that, where people really were arguing about skin tone or religion or like any of this shit, right? Like, because religion in itself, the concept of religion is crazy to me, right? Like as far as like separating people into different groups and into different sects because of their experiences with the beings who were in their area, right?
Yeah, that's
like the Hindus or the like those cultures where they have like these blue deities and like all this stuff, 100% real.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
Buddha and Buddha's 100%
That's a fact,
real.
Pam. All colors.
100% real. These
Well
people
said.
existed. These things
No one.
existed.
I'm pinning it.
But that
right
doesn't mean that it's
I'm
any
pinning
different than anybody else's experience, whether it's Inky, and like whatever. These beings were really here. So once we realize that, also realize that they all came from source. Period.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
They all came from the source of all that is.
That's a fact.
So that's one thing like I'm really hyper focused on right now at this point in my journey, Calvin, of like, how do we destroy religion? Right? I had a brother that reached out to me 2 days ago from Pakistan. He said, brother, I'm a Christian. I live in Pakistan. My family's poor. I want to reach out to you. I want to talk to you. Can you help me study the Bible? Can you make me understand Christianity? I said, sir, I am the wrong one. I'm not a Christian. I've studied all these ancient texts. I've studied, these different sciences. I've studied Yeshua's life. I've studied all ascended masters' lives, and I've used their teachings and their understandings and cross-referenced it with the things that I'm experiencing in my life. That doesn't make me a Christian just because I talk about pretty much the Michael Jordan of this, who to me is Yeshua, right? When it comes to
from the 13th density.
like,
If you
Yeshua
didn't
is
know, now
probably
you
the Michael
know.
Jordan of the whole thing. But we have to get out of this mindset of any type of divisiveness on any sort of front, period.
Yeah. My objective is like, my objective is just really spreading knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to raise the frequency. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
It's not about really, and I can get into the nine ether knowledge all day. But one of the things that a lot of people don't realize is that when we first came into consciousness, one of the first things we adopted was the anger part, right? And this is, I'm talking to the black people now. One of the first things we adopted was anger, because we was taught about the transatlantic slave trade. We taught that we show movies like Roots, and we show movies where we get beat on. So we come into the conscious community with hatred, with a lot of hatred and malice, right? Which is rightfully so, obviously, when you think about the energy that transpired. But when I make mention that it was purposely done to keep us with anger for the sole purpose of the technology, because Yakub, when he orchestrated technology and his idea, he knew that our magnetism would keep this paradigm in a low frequency if we had a lot of rage in us, a lot of anger and things of that nature, unresolved trauma, epigenetic trauma, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is why all of those things was done. Why our people was thrown in water and babies was used as alligator bait, and all of these nefarious, tumultuous things that were done to our race were done purposely for the purpose to create us with the anger. So this is why I talk about knowing it and understanding it, and not saying that you got to get rid of and forget everybody, but alchemize it. Holding the anger isn't the key. It's how can you transmute that anger to make it work for you. Be an alchemist. This is my objective. So when we sit in here and we just talk about downplay a race, or whatever the case may be, or whatever the case may have you, because again, it was eugenics programs, but they still had to come from a wrong race. They still had to come from a Nubian person, even if you say they was made in a petri dish or whatever the case may be. I'm replying to some of the comments, just so you know. So based on that, they still had to come from that black woman. They still had to come from that divine source, from that person, in order to be created. So my whole thing is, it's not about, and again, when I talk about a lot of the tumultuous things that I seen coming up, a lot of it was done from my own people, my own black people, when like as far as drive-bys, innocent people getting hurt. I didn't see the YTs coming through the hood doing that. I seen my own people doing it. So this is why I say it's not about that, because I seen some crazy stuff amongst our own people coming up in the hood. So this is what I talk about. I talk about getting rid and eradicating the anger part. Once you can eradicate the anger and realize that it's about elevation of love frequency and eradicating the epigenetic trauma, cutting those generational curses, those generational cords of anger and resentment and rage, and transmuting it to love. This is what the goal is.
Which was very deep rooted. They did a really, 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 really good job.
I never even watched the movie. Even tried to watch the movie.
Really giving us terrible PTSD.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like watching movies like that, because it makes me angry. It makes me get on that type of vibe. Makes me consume that anger. I don't want to be in that kind of energy. Why am I watching something to make me feel that way? No. Even with like movies that show women getting essayed and raped and all of that nonsense, like, why do I want to watch that? Like, it's been women that I've dated before where we watching a movie or they want to watch a particular movie about that kind of stuff. I forget. It was, I don't know. Y'all probably know. It's this one movie where the Caucasian chick was snatched up. They had her in barrels and they was essaying her, all type of nonsense, and they had it on footage. And I'm getting pissed off. I say, why the hell you got me watching this, yo? I'm pretty much flipping out, cursing out the woman I'm dating at the time. Like, yo, why you got me watching this? You think I want to watch this? You think I want this to be in my mind, in my mental? You think I want to consume this? And like, it doesn't make sense. Why am I watching this? So then when I'm not interested, hey, I'm the wrong guy. Hey, I'm the bad guy, and I'm wrong. And yo, you don't want to watch nothing I like, and all this. No, that's not the case. So you like watching this? You like instilling this thought, this thought process into your mental? So now you can manifest that into your life. So now when you going to McDonald's, going to Subway, going wherever the hell you going about your rotation, you thinking in the back of your mind, potentially manifesting, yo, somebody might snatch me up. Why do I want to watch that? I don't want to watch that. Let's keep going though.
As a people, right? If you will. Like, you go back to like the slave times, and all this stuff in America
Yo,
as
real
is,
talk,
right?
Pam.
Like women couldn't fully love their husbands and children because they never knew when they were going to be taken and sold off, right?
Uh-huh.
And you fast forward into like the 70s, a lot of people were imprisoned, and you know the families were broken up, and you know the man wasn't in the household to like be that divine masculine energy, and toxic masculinity was ruled the planet for like 300,000 years. So what happened over the course of time is that that toxic masculine energy is what people were being praised for. This is what people were getting paid. These were the people
Uh-huh.
that were successful by screwing people over.
Uh-huh.
And now we have the divine feminine energy raising, which is neutralizing the toxic masculine energy, and then awakening the divine masculine energy
Uh-huh.
paired with the divine feminine, which is now coming into play. Listen, I can't wait till the truth comes out about Mary Magdalene, right?
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah.
can't wait till the
Yo,
truth comes out about
yo,
Yeshua and
no, no,
his
no, no,
wife.
no. Because for some reason, I've been hearing that name in my mind so much. And I'm just trying to figure out why do I keep hearing Mary Magdalene in my mind. Let's keep going.
And their journeys together and everything else. Because again, this is going to change the game. You talk about it all the time, Calvin, about you know, planting female
Uh-huh.
trees and having that female divine feminine energy back and harness into our planet so we can vibrate off of that. And
That's
I think
a
that's
fact. Now
very
let me
important.
just let me say this real quick, because the Mount Congo person, because I gotta say this, because what
Hmm.
Mount Congo is trying to do is basically blame all our nefarious, tumultuous activities on the YT, not knowing that we existed way before they were in existence, right? So now we gotta do some ownership. We gotta refer to the black reptilians or the black draconians, the 1%, the shadow government that are actually black. When we talk about the 1% that run this matrix, they're actually black people. They give you the 13 Illuminati and they give you a YT, but they're really black draconians. Research Harnush and Halal and Tarnush, the black draconians, the Garabat that came down. These were or the beings from Saturn. I'm talking about all black like this, pitch black beings. All right, why do you think the Pope always commemorate a black family? These are the Garabat. These were black extraterrestrials. Some of the first slave owners were black people. They don't want to accept that. They don't want to accept that some of the Moors really sold out our ancient Kemetic science.
Facts.
The Moors and the nobles were black people. They sold our ancient Kemetic science away to the Europeans and gave them that. They don't want to blame them for nothing. They just want to say, oh, the white man is the. They don't want to talk about the Moors or they don't want to take no accountability for what the 1% or the black nobility is. It's laughable. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's a shame. But it's because people don't really understand the knowledge of what really happened. And they don't understand this 1% black shadow government is really black draconians. They really look like us, but they're not us. I'm talking about beings that live to be 1,000-something years old. From the lineage of Enlil. They can exist 1,000 years in a humanoid avatar that are pitch black beings. They can shapeshift.
Hmm.
This is the thing. And then they give us a YT enemy. They create a YT, and then we forget all about them. That's what they want you to do. So keep doing that, family. Keep forgetting about the 1%, those entities that really control and puppet master, and keep thinking it's the YT.
Yeah,
You know
but you know, again, as we continue to do our job, they won't exist on this planet.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I just had to give that knowledge because a lot of individuals don't understand how the draconians really put a wool over our eyes and created that pale enemy for us to have an enemy with, not knowing that we and not only that, the galactics. Once you get into like we talk about the Lyrians and all that, you will see that when we in the midst of the Anunnaki, on those ships is multiple different beings, blue beings, green beings, Palladians, all together, all together in the ships, Risquians. Black extraterrestrials, all different colored beings congregate on those ships.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
And
there's
plenty
plenty
of
of
people have to realize.
beings. Yeah. Yeah.
We're talking about black extraterrestrials that are thousands of years older than what we are. They can switch bodies and stuff. If you've seen a movie, you seen X-Men where Apocalypse switched bodies in the beginning in the pyramids?
Yes. Facts.
This is what these beings been doing. Some of the 1% been doing it.
Yo, the universe talks to us in so many ways. Do y'all know I've been watching the X-Men franchise these past rotations? Right now I'm on X2. I'm watching X-Men in a chronological order. Right now I'm on X2. I was watching X2 prior to me going out to run errands, coming back, making some food, and then getting on live with you guys. That's what made me a little late. I planned on going on 7, and I said I wasn't going to be late. We was late again. Let's keep going.
Some quantum rejuvenation chambers for years. They switched their body. We seen what's the one that had he switched his heart mad times? Rockefeller, or what's his name? I forgot. He switched his heart mad times. He had mad heart transplants over and over again.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
These beings have quantum rejuvenation chambers. They can literally look. Even the queen, the one that the draconian.
Go watch X-Men Apocalypse if you ain't watched that in a while.
She couldn't keep her reptilian shape anymore.
They show everything.
So they just had to turn it off like she died. Yeah. But really, she couldn't. Her reptilian form couldn't shift no more.
Yeah, all true. For the most part, that I understand. Yeah, a lot of that's true, and again, it's comical to me because they're not shit compared to us.
Yeah, that's a movie. Yeah, Sunny Man.
As we elevate in consciousness, more and more of the gods and goddesses gotta eventually sever the epigenetic trauma. They gotta realize that the anger that they have is not going to allow them to cross over to the higher dimensional planes. Because in order to cross over to 5th dimensional space, your heart has to be light as a feather. This is where the concept of alchemy comes into play in regards to changing lead to gold.
100%.
When you have that anger in your heart of racism, hatred, I'm better than this race because of this, that's lead. You're carrying that lead. So now when your heart get weighed on the scale, this is why they talk about Anubis and the weighing of the heart on the scales. And
you know what's funny? When I was in elementary school, my best friend at the time was a Ukraine dude. And we was like this. He was new to the school. He ain't know much people. And I was friends with him. We was like this. We was like this, you hear me? To this rotation, I could hit him up on Instagram and have a casual conversation with him. Things like that. Feel me? No racism, no BS. Everything was fair. I protected him, and he was always there for me. It was dope, our bond and relationship. You feel me? It was dope. I used to stay at his house. He used to stay at my house. It was dope. It probably was a little weird for his parents at first, but when they seen our bond was pure, solid. Shout out to him. Shout out my brother Max. Facts.
Had that beast that would come out and eat your heart. It wasn't literally, it was a representation of you having to come back and do it over. Your memories will be erased. You got to come back and do it over because you're still walking in your 3rd dimensional mind. My objective when we talk about love and not color and all of that, and then you get those low frequency people that come in and say, oh, no, it is about color and all of that. They're going against the law of one. They're kind of following the draconian mindset.
Of course.
Keep that division going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. But again, as long as I always love when they enter the chat because then again, when you don't put attention on it, right? And when you don't feed into that type of energy, they literally will separate themselves. They repel, right? Because again, a lighthouse doesn't have to move. A lighthouse stays in one spot and shines its light to show the way for everybody else to get there safely, right?
Yeah.
So I don't have to move for shit. Excuse my language. I don't have to do anything. I just have to continue being that light, continue being that peace, continue being that love.
Well said, brother. I like this guy, yo. I like this guy.
I want to get to a point, bro, where my aura is at least 3 meters out. Okay. Right? I want to be able to walk into a room. I'm pretty sure I'm like that now.
Franchise.
Walk into a room, the energy just completely shifts, right?
Yeah.
And anybody that isn't on or close to that frequency won't even want to be anywhere near me. They're gonna hate and they're gonna walk away.
Yeah.
And and that can happen through any form, any fashion. And but what you're saying, it's very true about the history of this planet. And again, I get why they wanted to hold us back for so long. And
had a lot of Kanye clearing them sinuses.
That I get it now because we're so much more powerful than them.
Yeah.
I didn't understand it then, but I do now as I continue to grow and enjoy this ascension process.
Yeah, that's my whole objective is just growing and knowing that just knowing exactly what we are and that we're all learning what we are.
Yep.
As far as growing into ourselves and developing and gaining access to these ancient memories. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, once you get into the mindset of humility and realizing that you're no better than anyone else, that you're learning your mission as well.
Yep.
Then at that particular point in time, you can really vibrate in the resonance of unconditional love wholeheartedly.
Yep.
The superiority complex was introduced by the Draconians. That was a machination that was constructed and introduced by the Draconians, and it's done on so many scales.
Facts, man. Facts. I've been loving it.
Financial status. They divide us by so many things too.
It's funny because I've seen all of them. Like I've always been into. You know what's funny? It's so sad that my comic brother, when I was young, he used to tease me and call me all types of lame, all types of suckers. And like where I'm from in my city, we use the term wing. Like you a wing, like that's like lame. Like you wing, like you a wing, like you lame, you a sucker. Like you feel me? Anyhow, he used to call me all types of wings. Like, are you wing ass? Like, because I used to like Dragon Ball Z and I used to like the comics. And when I was in 4th and 5th grade, me and one of my friends, Joseph, made our own comic book as a project. Like, he used to call me all types of names and tease me because I was into Dragon Ball. I was into Naruto. I was into X-Men. I was into DC. He used to tease me so much that when we became adults, you know, back 2020 when we was forced to stay in the house and all of that, right? Guess what he was watching? Watching all this Dragon Ball, watching all of this comics, all this DC universe, Marvel series. And I used to be like, yo, bro, you know what's funny? You used to call me all types of wings for watching that. You remember that? You remember that? Yeah, but I didn't understand it. Yo, it's funny how it works. It's funny, yo. Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Keep that mindset where it's hard for us to resonate and focus on that love frequency. This is why they divide us by everything. Flat earther, round earther, religion. Everything is all division and calamity. Instead of us all being harmonious and have that ability to fuse, to realize that at the end of the day, we all derive from an energy and energy or an essence. You know what I'm saying? And once we come into that mindset, then you have the ability of honing in on the love resonance and that frequency a lot better and emanating that. And Dr. York talked about this when he made mention of the green Ethereal energy coming. And this is what the Aurora Borealis is. It's a mixture of with the magnetosphere, the sun in the center. It's basically
I was considered a wing.
Basically emanating and
like
causing
all
the
that stuff,
magnetosphere to collapse what we see around us. As that black sun get closer, our consciousness gets more pronounced.
Mm-hmm.
We start remembering more of our ancient self. And this is why they spray the skies with so many different things to try to block the connection.
Yep.
And why they divert
and all that
the
stuff.
calendars and everything like that. Have
you noticed this? Because I've noticed it on my end. Whenever there are chemtrails out and stuff, and I really put focus on like bringing the sun out,
it clears up.
Move for me.
Yeah. Facts.
And like
facts.
I can literally speak to the sky and be like, I need the sun to come out, or I'll sing like that old Barney song, like Mr. Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, right? And I'll be singing, and then all of a sudden the clouds are just.
Yo, he's not lying, yo. There be times where I'm out meditating and the clouds will try to come through, or the chemtrails, and I'll be like, yo, can you burst through the clouds? Those are fake clouds anyway. Can you please burst through the clouds so I can properly meditate and give it, if not a few seconds, a few minutes. Those clouds will be out the way. Enough for me to do what I got to do and get back home. Facts.
Disperse out and it'll just be beautiful sunshine. Again,
because we are cosmic beings, we are one with the celestials. We have that ability to actually speak. Some of us are dragon elements. Some of us are. We have all of these elements in us. We just in these bodies and just think that we're restricted to these bodies when we're really magical beings. Very powerful. Very powerful. We can make it rain. I talk about women and dancing and twerking and stuff. Don't you know that those dances originated in ancient times? They can manipulate the weather, make a hurricane or make a wind blow just on the sway of their hips.
Absolutely.
This is how powerful the gods and goddesses are. We just have forgotten what we really are.
We're
once
coming right back into it.
Deceptive technology to bleach our memories.
What he said, son was swaying to the hips. What?
Yeah, this
Absolutely.
is how powerful dancing and twerking and stuff. Don't you know that those dances originated in ancient times? They can manipulate the weather, make a hurricane, or make a wind blow just on the sway of their hips.
Mm.
Yeah, this
Absolutely.
is how powerful the gods and
Juice be
goddesses are. We
talking
just
like
have
that. He be
forgotten
talking about
what we
that.
really are.
We're
Once they
coming
use
right
the
back
moon as
into it.
deceptive technology to bleach our memories and stuff, and to forget our thoughts, and they use the Saturn too, because what we are under is a Saturn moon matrix that basically eliminates our thought process and completely takes away
We
some of our
had all of
primordial
that
memories.
growing up.
So
It's
we're
just
consistently
I was
forgetting who
considered
we are.
lame. I was considered
Yep.
lame
And then
for
this
being
is why I
interested
talk
in
about
it.
the shrooms and different
Funny,
psychedelics. You
it's
know yourself.
laughable
When you dabble into
to see someone who used to tease me about it and become an adult and then want to tap in. It's just laughable, or like highly laughable.
psychedelics, it kind of allows you to the word I like to use is divert the cymatic frequency, this diverting our mindset from our primordial essence. You kind of get a chance to be like, oh, remember a little bit, like, oh, that's what I did. I
Yep.
remember signing that contract. Oh, I remember when I came to that
Yep.
to this planet. I remember
Yep.
this. I remember that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You start to get those downloads and remember these things, but then you forget. This is why meditation is so good and going inward. The more you meditate, gods and goddesses, the more you divert from the deceptive technology that's using the Saturn moon matrix to actually elude you, to create this illusion.
I love meditating under the sun.
Meditate.
I need to get acquainted with meditating without the sun. Like, I'm so used to meditating under the sun outside in nature. It feels like I don't be wanting to meditate in the house. I don't want to meditate without it. You know what I'm saying? But let's keep going. It's almost done.
And also, partner with the trees. The trees have a lot of knowledge, guys.
Yeah, I know about that,
hiking, and you want to understand, and you want to like understand more about like, you know, life, or understand more about the stories.
A lot of the symbols, they made such a terrible image after it when it was initially made in a righteous image. It's crazy. And that's what they say, like the dark forces, the malevolent ones, they get to use the Most High's imagery or righteous imagery in false light and deter people from what's right and wrong, because they're using their deceptive teachings and technologies and all of this to you know what I'm saying? You get what I'm trying to say. I don't gotta sound politically correct. You know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, like they use the imagery of righteous things and promote darkness
and everything else like that. Go hiking, go up to a tree, literally hold the tree, put your head to the tree, and ask for permission to transfer information and knowledge to you.
I'm gonna tell you another one too, family. Here, not to interject.
No, go ahead.
If it's a natural disaster in your area, and like when it was about to be a hurricane in my area, I went outside and I sat down and talked to the trees and said, "It's a."
That's it. That's it, yo. I think we're gonna wrap it up. I kind of want to pick up next rotation. I think it's good for the people who's not here. They can watch part 1, part 2, part 3 like that. But I got us. We not done. We about to watch something else. We about to watch a few clips and then get out of here. That's how we gonna do that. That's how we gonna do that. Pardon. We're gonna watch a few clips and get low. If you guys don't mind. I know their conversations is really good actually. Like I like their conversations, man. But it's all good. We gonna pick up next rotation while it's Sunday. We just gonna chill, things like that. And I also got random videos we gonna watch on Monday. Yo, look, this is the second video. He's talking about Castlevania, holistic remedies. Pan. We about to pull it up real quick anyway. We're gonna watch the first one and the second one. We're gonna watch the first one. The first one I saw was this one, I think. I don't know, it looked like he used a few of them. I saw this one, I think. No, that's not it. Hold on, let's see the one I saw first. This the one I saw. I saw this one first, look.
Boy, everyone and everything you love.
This Castlevania Nocturne. There's mad gems in his joint.
The sun is rising, devouring the darkness. It always does. This is the natural order.
Hold on, let's watch the other one. We're gonna watch all of them. You meditating? Oh, word? They talk about the Orishas? You see how they guide and show us this stuff on TV, and they teaching us little by little, they introducing the people into what's already gonna be revealed to them. They think they so slick. Let's get it.
This Castlevania Nocturne.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Can you hear me?
On fire. She said, yo, we out. Ooh, that's fire. Chill out, y'all. Chill out. Don't get me hype, y'all.
She left the astral projection with Papa Legba.
Remember, I'm here.
Who the hell is that? Yo, that was fire. Don't get me hype, yo. Chill out.
I've been binge watching
And
this
she meets
Castlevania
on
Nocturne on Netflix. This joint got mad gems in it.
Yo, no, I'm not. You know, I said my transparency is out the window. I'm gonna keep that to myself. Everything is not for the internet, but just know it's ironic that she's working with them two. Ooh,
She about to run into Ogun.
Ogun, why you think I rest with a machete under my pillow? Don't get me started.
She got the powers to manipulate metal and stone like Ogun.
When the Orishas made their first journey to Earth, their path was obstructed by dense shrubbery. But I had a machete.
Look,
From that point on,
the universe talks to us in all kind of ways.
of obstacles.
Okay.
Iron, my material. The machete, my symbol. Your father built an altar to me, and Voblanc killed him for it. So your mother sang Oriki in secret. Your lullaby is a praise poem.
Elizabeth has the Ka and Ba of Sekhmet.
All gods everywhere are being forgotten or misused by worshippers, by priestesses, by vampires. Corrupted souls are causing chaos across the realms.
You hear this shit?
Does a third soul exist?
Yo.
Is that true?
It is called the Ark. The Egyptians believe it to be the good soul. A vital force, a radiant light.
I've only seen Sekhmet's bloodthirsty destruction.
But she is also the goddess of healing. She was a just ruler when she was in the human world. I made this for you.
The shield?
Good souls that balance on the scales of justice are sent to their resting place in the land of the dead. Duat, that's where you must go.
That's fire. That's what's up, man.
Gods do not cross into one another's realm. Bow your head. Moche ti ogo, ti aunjoba, ti yami, ti babami,
Wow.
ti aunjun darimi. A God's blessing. Sing the new Oriki on your journey. It will fortify your courage.
That's fire.
When the river of night turns to liquid fire, you'll be close to Sekhmet.
Y'all gotta tap into this joint. This joint fire, I'm telling you.
That was dope. Ooh, wee. Ooh. Ooh, that's fire. That's fire. Hold on, though. Hold on, damn. Sargon be going crazy. I don't even know where to start, man. Oh, you know what? I want to show y'all something, matter of fact. Yo, I don't got that. I got to watch it online. I don't got Netflix, man. I don't got no access to no one's account or none of that. But look, I want to show y'all something. Because I never knew this either. This blew my mind when I saw it. Let me find it first. Look at this, yo.
Are we still on the same planet? Because apparently there's supposed to be a volcano eruption in New Jersey. I'm doing my daily scrolling and I see a creator say that she heard that there's supposed to be a volcano eruption in New Jersey. I have lived in New York my entire life and I never knew that there was a volcano in New Jersey.
I'm going to use this again in a future video, so don't mind.
So you know I had to jump down that rabbit hole, right? And look at this. There is a volcano in New Jersey called the Beamerville volcano. And that volcano that's in Wantagh, New Jersey, is 2 hours away from New York. Come on, y'all gotta be playing. So first it's the mutant sharks that came out of the volcano. And that's crazy. And now we got a volcano that's about to erupt in New Jersey. Listen, come on now. See what y'all about to do is, y'all about to stop making me go to Jersey. I go to Jersey all the time. I food shop in Jersey. I party in Jersey. I do things in Jersey. And you telling me that all these years...
A dormant volcano in Jersey. All these years I've been in New York and never knew it was a volcano right here. Look at all the secrets of the world we don't know, dog. Crazy.
I've been in New York. I never knew that there was a volcano in New Jersey. No, a volcano in New Jersey. Anybody with any information on this, please let me know. Let me know, because I need to know. I'm out.
No, we're going to look that up right now. Dormant volcano. We're going to look that up right now. In New Jersey, Ruin Hill. Ruin Hill was one that happened to have survived. All that remains today is Ruin Hill is a, how do you say that? Or the neck of a volcano. No crater and definitely no lava. Yeah, okay. The last eruption there was in the Ordovician period, where life was just beginning to get a toehold on land. So let's go ask ChatGPT. What can you tell me about Ruin Hill in New Jersey? Okay, we're going to read that and probably wrap it up. Now we're going to watch some Sargon clips. And then next rotation, we're going to watch some Sargon clips and then finish it out with part 3 of the of Holistic Remedies conversation, if you guys don't mind. Ruin Hill is a small hill located in Piscataway Township, New Jersey, near the border with Edison. It's not particularly famous for its geographical significance, but there are a few points of interest related to it. Historical significance: the area around Ruin Hill is tied to the colonial area. The Ruin family, so why is it named after them anyway? Whatever. After whom the hill is named, right? Were early settlers in the region, and their farm was active in the 18th century. The hill itself is part of the local history with remnants of old roads and structures from colonial times. Ruin Hill Park. Ruin Hill Park is a local park that features a small green space for community use, including walking paths and nature areas. It's a quiet spot, popular for local recreation. It's probably a good spot to freaking meditate, man. It's a volcano there. And we have some dragon genetics, right? And we know volcanoes are tied to the dragons, right? So it's probably good to meditate. Like they said, it's a green space for community use. Anyhow, geographical features. Ruin Hill isn't a very tall or prominent hill, but it offers some scenic views of the surrounding suburban landscape. It's a modest rise in the otherwise relatively flat area of central New Jersey. While Ruin Hill itself isn't considered a major landmark, It has a bit of local history and offers a peaceful environment for visitors. It's probably a great spot to meditate. Probably a great spot to meditate, yo. Let's watch some Sargon clips, and then next rotation, we're going to watch some more Sargon clips, and then get back into the footage. You know what I'm saying? Yo, that's crazy.
Okay, so Council, you guys know on Monday there was a massive 6.9, 7.0 earthquake that hit over there in Japan. Now, I have a lot of footage of this earthquake, but this right here is what I found the most interesting, so I created a clip just to show you guys what's happening in the range right now. And I'm telling you, what's going on is a natural...
We ain't even going to be that long. That's why I'm not going on with the footage tonight, because it's already 9 o'clock. And yeah, we just gonna pick back up next rotation. It's all good.
Process. It's not being handled by any type of man or any flesh of any sort. This is coming from nature. As you can see right here, guys, there's water shooting up out of this crack in the earth. Like, I have never seen anything like this before. And again, from 2024 on the Gregorian till right now in 2025, I've seen so many things that I've never seen before in such a short space of time. And 2025 has just begun, and we're seeing the most mind-blowing events. And there is a lot more to come. But anyway, family, I want you guys to tell me how you think about this one. What's going on here with this water shooting out of the crack? Is this the age of Aquarius, or is this the age of Aquarius? And do you believe that some humans or entities are in control of anything going on right now? Or is it the hand of God at play? Let's go. Bang, bang. Yeah. Yeah, Council, I'm in the school of thought that this is nature at work. The crystal grid is activated. Change is a natural process. It's inevitable and it's a constant. And what the wicked are doing is they're trying to take advantage of what's happening. And it's on us to not fall for the okie doke. Move accordingly. Spiral up. Bang, bang.
Hold on now.
Yo, peace fam. So God. Orion TV. Bang, bang, bang. More life, family. Bliss up. Abundance. And I don't know already. So yo, Crystal Council. This took place a couple years ago over there in Borneo.
I remember that.
And as you
the
can
mud
see,
volcano.
It's a mud volcano. Mud. Hot steaming mud. Pouring up, straight up out the earth. Now, I know some people are going to say, oh, yeah, Orion, that's old. But the age of this video is not the relevance, because again, this hasn't stopped. This was just the beginning, and it wasn't the first time. It won't be the last. It's just the beginning. And the reason why the time isn't relevant to this particular video is because these earth changes are occurring naturally. It's not by the hands of man. It's not by any humans or any other entities, like I've been trying to point out to you guys for a minute now. But a lot of people, they want to get lost in the sauce and keep pretending that the Cabbage Patch is going to last forever. And somehow the slave masters are going to become nice guys and make the Cabbage Patch a comfortable place for them to live. This is not what's happening. The Cabbage Patch is over with. Now, let's talk about the wildfires going on over there in Cali. People are saying the wildfires are for 2028, the Olympics. They're clearing the land for railways for 15-minute cities. I call bullshit. I call garbage. I call psyop. I call Babylon creating a narrative to keep you in a particular pattern of believing that this world is going to keep on going like it is. And let me explain to you why. 2028 Olympics? Really? With aliens here right now. You guys forget that we have aliens here. We have orbs and UFOs running around all through the atmosphere. So I guess in 2028, it's going to be you and the aliens in the Olympics doing the pole vault. Just do the mathematics. Now, you're talking about smart cities. When are these smart cities going to be built? A year from now, 5 years from now, 6 months from now? It's going to be some time from now, right? What do you think is going to take place between now and then? Or everything's going to be gravy because they planned for smart cities? They planned for a land grab? They plan to buy up people's land for pennies on the dollar, so it's just going to happen? No, man plans and the Most High God wipes out. You see this mud volcano erupting here in Borneo? Like I said, it's not the first, it's not the last. There's many of these going down. No one's in control of this. So you explain to me now, what power of man is going to stop this mud volcano? What power of man is going to stop Yellowstone? What power of man
ain't Yellowstone brewing up right now, something like that?
Is going to stop any of the cataclysms that are about to take place? None. They're going to have to run underground. You're telling me about 15-minute cities and Olympics in the year 2028 on the Gregorian? When? Where? Again, like I said, you and the aliens going to be performing there. You and the demons. Because even the 15-minute cities you talk about, you think those are 15-minute human cities. You will not be around for those. Even if they could exist in this reality, they can't. They're going. Yeah, Crystal Council, another mega chop for the Patreon family. You see me? If you want to join, click the link in the profile description or in the video description. The Supreme Conduit. Let's go.
Hold on, because I'm looking for something. I'm looking for something, exactly.
Yo, Council, walk with me real quick. I want to talk about time travel.
No, we're not gonna watch that right now.
These were arrests on a
No, we're not gonna. I'm looking for something specific. Damn, bro, where is it? I have no. Oh goodness. We're gonna pick up on all this next rotation. Let me watch this. Let's watch this.
South Korea reports seizing thousands of smuggled drug capsules containing an unusual added ingredient, the powdered flesh from dead babies. The powdered
flesh from deceased infants. What?
Flesh from dead babies. The powdered flesh from dead babies. Some people believe they can cure disease. The Korea Customs Service says they were made in northeastern China from babies whose bodies were chopped into small pieces and dried on stoves before being turned into powder. They wouldn't say where they believe the babies came from or exactly who made the capsules, citing possible diplomatic friction with Beijing. The contents, though, were identified by scientific testing.
When we analysed it, the powdered material sequence is better than a 99.7% match with a human DNA sequence.
99.7.
No one's been reported ill from ingesting them, but scientist Shin Woo-gi warns they have the potential to be dangerous.
We also see superbacteria and other germs and viruses harmful to a person if consumed.
Some of the capsules were carried in luggage, others were sent by international mail. The smugglers told customs officials they believed the capsules were ordinary stamina boosters and didn't know the manufacturing process. One official said no one's been punished, no one's been punished, no one's been punished. But a customs clearance director at Incheon Airport warned consumers should be careful about health food supplements where the ingredients aren't clearly marked. Karen Sloan, The Associated Press.
Council, what can I say? This is not a new story.
What's up, man?
But did you hear what they said? No one was punished. No one was punished. And do you think that has stopped happening? Do you think those are the only pills made of crushed up babies going through the system? This is the reptilian animal farm. That's exactly what's been going on. They literally dehydrate these babies' bodies, crush them up, and turn them into energy pills. Who do you think's taking those pills? It's not you humans. This is for the reptilian elite. They literally eating babies in pills. So we're not just talking about on these altars being sacrificed and drinking their blood in cups. They're literally processing your babies into energy pills. Think about that for a moment. So family, when I'm telling you guys that Babylon have it burn, this vampire system have it burn, I mean it has to burn. It's the Karmageddon.
What we talked about. It's unfortunate for the people who don't deserve it, but sometimes you gotta destroy to build. Sometimes you gotta bring about chaos so that we can rebuild a peaceful situation. Because look at the point we in. Look at where we at. Look at what's going on out there.
Y'all keep ascribing the power to these wickeds. It's not them. They're going down in the fire lake, right into the furnace for all this wickedness. You think they're gonna escape? The blood of the innocent cry out every day, and the Most High has heard, and he has sent an answer, and this is it. Let's go. Bang, bang. Yo, fam, this world is sick. And you hear how nonchalant they talk about it? They're worried about getting sick from eating them. Come on, man. What about these babies? What's going on with these vampires out here? What is really going down in the Cabbage Patch? They're using you for food, resources, slave labor, everything you can think of. Free your mind. The rest will follow. Let's go.
Crazy, bro. We're gonna wrap it up with this one right here.
Yeah, Council. So this is where the real fun begins. This is called the aftermath. Many people got messed up and unalived during the initial blaze, but can you imagine having to bathe in this water? Yeah, this is the water that's coming out of LA County's water supply. Again, imagine having to shower in this acid. This is the problem. I've been telling you guys for years, it's time to exodus. Doesn't matter who they claim is causing this problem. It's how you react to it that's the difference. Problem, reaction, solution. They want a particular outcome, so they cause certain events to achieve, like I said, a certain reaction. Do not give them that reaction. They want you to sit down, be complacent, and die. Don't do it. Do the exact opposite. Spiral up and get in motion. Don't complain and cry about what's already happened. Man up and face reality and move accordingly. Let's go. Bang, bang. Yeah. Yo, Council, everything what's happening is just a test for each and every one of us on an individual level.
Yo, look, bro. I'm gonna tell you something. The homeless is being harvested, bro. They showed you that in They Clone Tyrone. That's why I ain't really mentioned it when you asked the first time. The homeless, they need the homeless. They need to harvest them for organs, for blood, for XYZ. That's where the homeless is going in LA, bro.
What is your life worth to you? Is your life worth more than Babylon, more than the materialism? Then move accordingly. Let go of the world and join the new earth. Start learning to adapt to the jungle, to the wilderness, to the organic life. Machine City is dead. Do not die with it. Let's flow.
What's up, K.N.? Gratitude. Yeah, we wrapping it up anyway. We're going to pick back up. We're going to pick back up next rotation because it was a slow start. It was a slow start, so pardon. Yo, look, we at the end of the presentation. What's this paper at, man? I don't even like to say that word, so let me not even say that. Cancel manifestation. I give my great gratitude, thanks for all you guys coming through, rocking out, whether it's a little bit of views or a lot of views. We vibing, we chilling, what we doing together. We just, you know what I mean? Escaping the chaos that's going on in the external outside of ourselves. Full disclaimer, this video is for entertainment purposes only. Any and everything you see on this channel is merely speculation. Viewer discretion is advised. Please do your own homework and research for proper discernment. If you've been here from the beginning, I send deep divine abundance, balance, harmony, love, prosperity, strength, unity, including authenticity. If you're new to the channel, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when we go up. Anyone and everyone who has ever sown a seed with me will be returned 100-fold as the Most High using you as a divine vessel to divine support yours truly. Cause all about divine support. I just want to say, grace, gratitude, and thanks. Peace and prosperity to you and yours. It never goes unnoticed. It really does help the channel, the foundation, my well-being. If you'd like to do the same, the links are in the video description or the About tab on the channel. You are not obligated. Let me repeat that for the people in the back, the dark coven in the back of secret admirers that are not so secret. They are not obligated. Any monitoring spirits, any negative energy, negative forces, negative beings, I return them back to where they came from because they are not allowed in my energy. So, Hakai, back, and goodbye. You know what I'm saying? Anyhow, yo, look, I love all of y'all for coming through, rocking out. I hope you guys enjoy when you run it back and all of that. We're going to pick up on part 3 next rotation. As I said, we had a slow start. I was cooking. I was multitasking, XYZ. But that's fine, because if you haven't watched part 1, part 2, and coming on part 3, at least you can individually watch them with hour-long videos rather than watching a full 2 to 3 hour video segment. You get what I'm saying? So I love y'all. Safe traveling to Astros. Thank y'all for coming through. Y'all already know what's up, man. I'll see y'all next rotation on this beautiful, magnificent rotation we got coming up, which is called Sunday. I love y'all. We ain't even gonna play no music. We're gonna get straight up out of here. I love y'all, man. Enjoy the rest of y'all night. It's already 9:30 ET. I don't know where you at. Pardon, but I send my love, Haven. I'm out. Astros, everyone safe traveling to Astros. Red Cap, enjoy, brother. Enjoy. I give my great gratitude. Thanks you coming through, rather it was early, rather it was late. You as well, KN. I love all of y'all. I'm out, man.